Welcome back to the Camera Data Science channel. It's time to run my daily report for the US of A, and the country which I live and love. So let's just go into this report here. Okay, so let's take a look here. So here's the first thing that we got to be a little concerned about. The average number of cases per day is 28,741. The average number of deaths per day is 808. Okay, let's take a look at the mortality rate. So this is 2.5, so this is 2.5 to here. 2.5 to 2.5. So this is probably, well, is it 2.5, 1.25? So is this line at 3.25 maybe? If that's the case, you can see that the mortality rate is continuing to be below the average daily rate. Okay, take a look at cases. Well, we had a spike here followed by a long decline, and it looks like that the cases are going to stay between this 4,000, 40,000 and 50,000 range right now, because I see it's kind of leveling off here. Deaths, on the other hand, are continuing to decline. Okay, deaths are continuing to decline. Okay, so the news is incredibly good. This is potentially good news if it stays in this range here, if it stays below here, because as long as it's below this peak here, I'm considered to be a victory. Okay. And of course, God is in the throne and He answers prayers. And my continued prayer for the U.S. is that He will completely remove the COVID-19 virus from America, along with Israel, Spain, and Pakistan, and the state of Ohio. Okay, so let's zoom in on the daily cases. As you can see, this line here is called a low S line. It's a way of fitting data to a curve, or fitting a curve to a data. So you can see we are having a little bit of a decline here, but on this last day, so it's turned back down a little bit. But this spike really wasn't that big of a spike. Now you can see the downward trend of deaths since first week in August, maybe. Not necessarily something the news media wants you to know about. This is the average number of cases per week. The red line is. But then you can see cases are not good because they're consistently above the red line. But we come down to deaths, and what you see is the average number of deaths per week is consistently since what, May, June, been below the average. So let's save this. Let's take a look at month. Well, here you can see the cases have declined for 2 straight months, okay, which is very good news. Even if more short-term on a weekly basis, there's a slight increase. The totals for the month have to have declined for 2 straight months. Deaths, well, you can see the deaths were, so this would be July, August, September, October. You can see that August deaths followed a 3-month increase, but now have for the last 4 weeks have been beginning of September have actually dropped below the number. Well, this is interesting. Let's just have a little fun here, shall we? Let's call this P1. Did I install? Okay, let's run this one more time. I just converted the last plot into an interactive plotlet. Okay, so blue is a interesting. The 30-day line has fallen below, apparently fallen below the 14-day line. Not quite sure what that means because they're kind of parallel. Anyway, okay. Not quite sure how useful that plot is, but it's always interesting to look at data a little different ways. Well, thanks so much for stopping by for this U.S. report. The website's updated here shortly as well as YouTube. So thanks so much for your time. We'll catch you tomorrow, or maybe later on today. We'll see.